We will start with the agile part. Majority of you know about it, but I will give you a small brief from the last training of PMP, just like few slides, and then we will discuss an important topic, agile, in terms of conflict, that what types of conflict and how do we resolve them. So we will compare the practices from our predictive work, and also we will discuss the agile parts of the conflict management. So I was just waiting 2-3 more minutes until these guys are joining in. In the meanwhile, if anyone have any questions, I can take it, but I will answer it after the session because we'll be discussing the study plans after the class. So if any one of you have any questions, you can raise your hand and speak. Maybe you could have more members, so it will be like difficult for the mic. No questions as of now?
No, we can start.
Okay. So let me give you a small brief about Agile, because everyone who is passing nowadays, their feedback is the questions of Agile have increased from 50% to almost 70%, which means you have to focus majorly on Agile. I'm not saying you should not focus on the predictive work. So if you have learned predictive, then you should go towards Agile part also, because exam point of view, they are asking a lot of questions about conflicts, about team formations, about velocities, about the reports. So for sure, we cannot discuss all today, as I will keep it alive in all my weekly meetings. Every week we will have an agile topic, and then we will have some questions to be solved before we will finish our sessions. So that's what agile guide. To start with, what's the difference between predictive and agile? The first point which I always describe is what predictive lifecycle is used when information is clear, scope of work is transparently available, no ambiguity. You have been doing those projects several times. So you know what steps to be done after what steps. And you know what are the risks, you know what are the requirements. Everything you have, you will just compile it, you will tailor according to the project size, and then you will launch the whole plan to be approved by sponsor. But agile projects are used, or agile methodology is used when scope of work is not clear. Uncertainties are very high. You have not done those things before in your life. It's totally new thing. So when you have totally new things, what we do to reduce the risk, we do the work in iterations. When we do the iterations, what happens? We provide incremental values. So we grow the size of the deliverable incrementally. Maybe one team is working, maybe multiple teams are working consequently to produce a single deliverable or single increment or multi increments based on the provided schedule. The main difference, or the main 4 points which differentiate between predictive and agile is what? Agile says individuals and their interactions are more important than following the processes and tools. And that's why in the agile exam as well as in new PMP exam, they have removed the concept of 49 processes and they have converted them into tasks. So now you don't need to remember the ITTOs. Now you don't need to remember 49 names of the processes. What you have to remember, that what are the things to be done. They said instead of having full planning before starting the project, just plan whatever you need to do now, and then you can accomplish when the time will come when you will start the iterations. So based upon that information, when you will start the iteration means we use two concepts. If you guys remember in our agile, in our traditional one, which was rolling wave planning, and there was another word we use a lot, progressive elaboration. Rolling wave and progressive elaboration. What is progressive elaboration? As the time will pass by, as the time will pass by, the clarity will be more than earlier. So we will adapt accordingly. For example, when I say progressive elaboration and we are constructing any project, so what I will do, I will say, okay, I have work packages. I don't know those work packages or their details. So I'll say this is what construction and this is what testing. I am doing this project first time, so I don't know how the testing will be done. So I will use progressive elaboration that I know the methodology of construction as of now. So I will plan as of now. But once we will finish this and we are moving to testing, and when the time will come, so based upon the deliverable, we will define our approach. So that's what we call progressive elaboration. And once I will start progressive elaboration, we will go for rolling wave plan. So you can say progressive elaboration is on the higher edge, and then rolling wave planning comes under him. Progressive elaboration is about strategic things, while rolling wave planning is what tactical things, the things you will do, the things you will execute to complete the task. This is the first time maybe you are feeling it that you are listening to me, right? Rolling wave planning and progressive elaboration. Although we have discussed this before. Anyone has any ambiguity? You guys have any ambiguity that rolling wave planning and progressive elaboration? If I give you the task in front of you, another example, like you did PMP training and you were sitting with me every day, you don't know what is happening. So what you are doing actually progressive elaboration, that whatever Imran will keep saying based on the provided guidelines, we will keep listening him. Once he will explain anything to us, then we will solve questions. So questions will be solved with based on rolling wave planning, because it's a part of progressive elaboration. When the time will be going down, the clarity will be more better than before. So we will define our strategies that, okay, now it cannot be done, what we can do or what we can make it happen to complete the task. So that is what rolling wave planning, and that is what progressive elaboration. Agile, we don't have planning. So majorly we work with progressive elaboration and rolling wave planning. Did you get it? Anyone who could not understand what I said?
Boss, please repeat.
Repeat what? Progressive or
The progressive elaboration is what I understood is that with the passage of time, things become clear, and we get to know that after
yes?
this and this,
With the
this
passage
will,
of time, when the things become clear, we call it progressive elaboration.
yes. And rolling wave means that we
Rolling
don't
wave
know
means how you will execute or how will you adapt.
how we will adapt.
Yeah, how you will adapt. Like you know the work package, but you don't know the activities or how you will execute the activities. So the planning you will do to continue the activities, to execute the activities, that will be what? Rolling wave planning.
Means in your case, in your training, this the classes which we are taking, lectures we are taking, this is progressive elaboration.
Yes, but
But we
once
are
we go
not.
inside the topic, it becomes rolling wave planning.
Sorry,
When
again.
we go inside the topic and solve the questions, so when we are solving the questions, we make our tactics that how to solve the question with the help of available information.
Uh-huh. So this is so question solving is basically a rolling wave
How you will
planning.
solve the questions, the plan you will prepare to solve the question will be rolling wave planning. The approach you will use, the plan you will use, the tactics you will use, that will be what? Rolling wave planning.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
Anyone? No one? Let's continue further. So in Agile, we do the projects based on progressive elaboration as well as rolling wave planning. So they said, instead of having processes and tools, guys, work on the individuals and interactions, because once you will sit with them, you will find more information what they could not describe. So we use a method in both type of life cycles, predictive or agile. Elicitation. Anyone remembered what we discussed about elicitation? Your mics are on, you can speak. Do not wait for others.
Sir, I don't remember this elicitation.
When we collect the requirement, we do elicitations. No one knows this information? If you will not participate, how I will work with it? Try to participate. All of you know something rather than nothing. When we were collecting the requirements, if you guys remember, we collected the requirements by questionnaire, by surveys, by interviews, by prototype, by affinity diagram, by mind mapping, context diagram. Gathering the requirement means requirements are already available. You will sit with them and he will give you each and everything. Elicitation, not available. Not available means he have something in his brain, but he could not explain it. He doesn't know how to provide the information. So elicitation means you have to engage him. Engage means you have to sit with him. You have to discuss some drama scenes, some movie scenes, some jokes, some situations. You will show him a website, you will show him a case study or scenario. While looking at that information, he would be able to express, yes, exactly, that's what I was looking, or I was looking something similar to that. That's what we call elicitations. User have their needs. User have their needs, and you have to elaborate, is it needs or is it a requirement? What's the difference between needs and requirements? They are same thing or different?
Different.
So what's the difference?
Requirement we need to follow compulsory in the project.
So requirements, I can say functional requirements, without which we cannot work, and needs, non-functional
Yes.
requirements like quality requirements.
Good to have.
Good to have. No, not good to have. I need a cake. I would prefer this cake should be like wrapped up. So wrapped up is need, but cake is what? Requirement. So needs are what? Not functional or quality requirements. So we don't know that he's asking the functional requirements or non-functional requirements. So once after listening to his story or gathering the data, I have to compare his data with the business case, that this requirement achieve the business objectives or not. If it does not need to be entered, then I have to discuss more with him why you want it, because it does not match with the business objectives of the project. So for that, when he doesn't know what he needs, actually, we have to do elicitations. But once he knows everything, so it is called as gathering. And I think this is the first time you heard from me also. No comments? Okay, no problem. So we are saying that individual and interactions are more important, so we can elicitate the requirements instead of just focusing on processes and tools, that no, this is my process, I will not go beyond it, because our project is what? Stakeholder needs and expectations, not our processes. So we have to follow their interactions. We prefer to spend time in producing a deliverable instead of producing the reports. team, the project team should be working on deliverables instead of producing the very complex type of reports. Customer collaboration is more important than contract negotiations. If you will follow the contract, you will only deliver what is written in the contract. But if you will collaborate with the customer, you will deliver the value what he or she is expecting in their business. So customer collaboration is more important than contract negotiations. I will not give you this. Projects are not done only for the work. Projects are done for the business values. If they would not achieve the business value, you cannot complete the project successfully. Instead of following a plan, it's better to adapt to change because cost of change will be low in the beginning and higher at the end. Yes or no?
Yes.
So change cost will be good and it will be easier to change in the beginning than if you will change something at the later stage. So these are 4 main points on which Agile continues. We call it Agile Manifesto. There are 12 principles, but those 12 principles are actually can be abstracted into these 4 points that individuals are more important than processes. Working software is more better than writing the reports. Customer collaboration is more important than contract negotiations. Change is more important than following the plan.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Was this a contract negotiation and customer collaboration? In contract negotiation is in means predictive life cycle, na? So we don't have any in predictive life cycle we have a contract, but in agile we don't have any contract because nothing is
No, in
clear.
Agile we have contracts, but they are customized contracts, not like fixed type of contract. In predictive, we have what fixed price or cost reimbursable contracts. Whatever is written in the contract, I will deliver. I will not produce anything which does not come under the boundary of the contract. And I will not ask you also that do you need it or not. I will just complete the work. They are saying collaborate with the customer. After every iteration, sit with the customer or product owner to find out you need it. Maybe the customer will say, yeah, if you can add this thing, you can remove those things. So this will be more better than just following the contract.
So in basically in agile the contracts are vague, not clear, na?
In Agile, we work with the fixed price, but with different variations. Or we can say there are 2 more types of contract: change for free or money for nothing. Change for free
But boss,
or money for
one thing.
nothing.
One thing in agile we are not clear about our what we are going to make and what would be our outcome.
No,
So
we
how
know
can
what
the
we will pay because our efforts are determined. If you guys think, let me remove this doubt from your brain also. In Agile, we know the things. What we know the things? Look, project price is, let's say 10 million real. 10 million real is the project price, but we don't know the work. But before we start the project, what we do? We create a product backlog to bring the user stories. Who will bring the user stories? Product owner will bring the user stories. So product owner will bring the user stories. Now the team and the leader or team leader or the scrum master, now they will sit and they will decide to complete this amount of work. Let's set an iteration size. Let's say we will fix an iteration size of 2 weeks. So we know 2 weeks means 5 days. 5 days means 40 hours, right?
okay
5 days means 40 hours. So we will fix the hourly rate. Then we choose the team size also. The team size should be between 6 to 12 members. So for example, we are saying 2 weeks and 6 members. So it means 6 multiplied by 40, there will be 240 hours of work will be done.
Okay.
Correct?
Correct.
In 2 weeks, how much work they will do?
240 hours.
240 or 480?
240 hours.
480. 240 for 1 week. So 480 hours will be done in 2 weeks time. So we will determine the cost of 480 hours. But now when I say 480 hours, it means there are 6 members, and we say the agile team should be what? T-shaped team. T-shaped means generalizing specialist, not all subject matter experts, which means you can do one task as a subject matter expert, but you can also do other tasks. So if I am saying 480 hours are included in 2 weeks, so I can also say that my resource one, which is very experienced, his pay rate is 100 real per hour, and he will work for 20 hours in 2 weeks. Resource 2 is less experienced than them, so 80 real per hour, and he will be performing 50 hours, and then we will make it 480 hours, and we will calculate the total cost for this. So we have the fixed cost and fixed time of iteration. Yes or no?
Okay.
So if someone thinks that we don't have the
No. Actually, the general idea which we have in our mind regarding agile is, because in agile nothing is certain. We don't know that what we are going to do.
we don't know, but we have the number of hours, right?
Okay.
So we said if agile team, when they will finish 2 weeks, and they will finish 2 weeks, there will be a sprint review meeting. What is a sprint review meeting? Product owner will be sitting here, Scrum team will be sitting here, and Scrum master will be sitting with them. Scrum team will demonstrate whatever work they have completed. For example, if they needed to complete 5 tasks, but because of the complexity, they could only finish 3 tasks. So what they will do, the remaining 2, they will update back in the product backlog. And if product owner will give new requirements, they will take those new requirements and they will be added. So ultimately, you are working only 480 hours. Whatever the task you can finish in 480 hours, if you could not finish it, we will put it back in the product backlog. Work is unknown, right? We are not sure what we are doing, but we will do what? Rolling wave planning. Rolling wave planning means as the time passes by, you will get more clarity. So it means product backlog is being done based on progressive elaboration and a sprint backlog is based on rolling wave planning.
What is very stupid question?
You forgot everything, right? You didn't.
No. But what is the difference between this sprint backlog and product backlog?
Yes. You are asking what does it mean?
Yes.
MashaAllah. 2 weeks. The person who was in your class, he already passed it. And now you are asking what is product backlog? Good.
No.
Consider product backlog as a container. Everyone will throw all the requirements here without any priority. Now product owner, Scrum master, and Scrum team will sit together. Product owner is responsible for business values to deliver the business values. Scrum team to deliver the work. And Scrum master is there as a leader. He will play the leadership role, which means he will facilitate whatever teams need to complete. So he is like a bridge between product owner and Scrum master, Scrum team. So product owner will say that out of those stories, this story should be completed on 1 because it has highest business value and it has highest business risk. This story should be done at number 2. This story should be done at number 3. This story should be done at number 4. So this is a user story. So once we have committed, there are 4 user stories in the product backlog. Which work should be done first? The work is decided. Iteration size is decided, which is what 2 weeks and 6 members. Now, these 6 members will take user story 1 and then they will decompose this user story, that how much or how many tasks you will do to complete this user stories. If they think these tasks can be finished, before 2 weeks, they will take another user story and then they will decompose it also. So once 480 hours will be finished, which means 2 weeks, there will be a sprint review meetings where they will demonstrate. They will demonstrate whatever they have completed. If something is incomplete, they will throw the incompleted work again here. And if there are new requirement, they will throw them here. And then they will sit again. They will prioritize the requirement, that what needs to be done. Then they will start another iteration and then they will take another task, decompose it. So this will continue throughout the project. So product backlog, user stories. Sprint backlog, task to complete the user stories.
Means sprint backlog is this loop from product backlog till
Yes.
this. Huh?
Exactly.
Okay.
While in the predictive one, if you are confused, what is it happening? In the predictive one, we had WBS. WBS was decomposed into control accounts. And in control accounts, we have work packages. And work packages have activities. So in predictive, decomposition is done here and also at this level. But in product backlog will be decomposed into sprint backlog. Both sides we have decomposition. Here work is known, so we can decompose in planning. Here work is not known, so we will decompose when we will start the activity.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, guys.
Okay.
Totally new information?
No, old information. But
for how many of you it's a totally new information? I think Mr. Mohsen, both Yasmin, if you both are different, and also Ms. Despoina, and also I think Ms. Ghada also maybe, but you should have this information. We discuss this. Hari knows this. Rizwan, you should know this. Suhail, we did in last week, 2 weeks before. And Mr. Ayad, maybe it's new for you also.
Yes. Sorry being late. I just come in from Tarawih. Sorry for being late again. And if you can, you mean that's the execution part. When you start the execution, that means it's the planning. We don't have any planning.
You have only a very small planning that to start with. Look, you will plan for something if you know. If you don't know, how will you plan it? Correct?
At least framework or something. We could not start like this.
Your projects, which are oil and gas, they cannot be done like this. But some work packages of your projects can be done in Agile. Especially those things which you are doing it first time.
Wallahi, just what I understand, the Agile, it's more adaptable for the IT projects. But to tailor to
service sector projects.
other projects,
service sector projects, but I told you there is an extension of Agile called LPS, which is purely Agile made for construction projects. So first pass PMP and then follow LPS.
Oh, you mean that's the question? It's not.
I'm not saying to go for certification for LPS. I'm saying pass PMP and then start learning about LPS. There is a video course available. If you are interested, I can provide you free. No problem.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Knowledge, you have to share it. The more you will share, the more it will increase.
Jazakallah khair.
No problem. So these, I can see two Yasmins. Both of you are same or different?
No, same. Phone and laptop.
Same, okay. Great. So things are a bit different today than normal. Any feedback you want to say?
No, it's all good.
No
I think,
feedback?
the sprint
No benefit
backlog
of
is
my
a bit slow.
explanation. It was not worth.
No, that's not true. Although it's beneficial.
Okay, let me show you another topic of Agile. So, which is called as conflict management. Because you guys are not opening the book, so I have to do all the efforts. So, if you guys remember, I think I have to use the whiteboard because it will be difficult for you guys. If you guys remember the conflict resolution technique, at least can I get your answers? What were the conflict management techniques you guys did with me? In the predictive ones we did in the first part of PMBOK. What we have? Really? We have what? Collaborate, right? You guys are not opening mic. Is there any problem or you have background noise? Collaborate means problem solving. Solve the problem. If you have any conflict, solve it. And this is called as win-win strategy. Both parties will win. Another one was compromise. What was compromise? Both going back from their point. So lose and both parties are losing. If you guys are not listening, I will force my decision on you. So one will win and the other will lose. So we call it win, lose. Then what was the fourth one? Anyone remember or I have to struggle by myself? Collaborate, compromise, force, smooth. We call it accommodate. Accommodate means buy some time that I don't want to look at it now. We will look at it in next week or in next time. Again, both parties are losing here. Then what is another one?
Dictatorship.
So dictatorship is this one.
Force.
Avoid. Don't want to deal. That is what. Again, both parties are losing. Conflict will remain there, right? When you look, listen to me, you find out that yes, we did it. Or again, it's new for you. New for you guys, right?
The new is just when you say lose-lose, and that means the conflict is not resolved.
Yes. Avoid is also lose and lose. And smooth is also lose and lose. Force, I will win, you will lose. Compromise, both are losing. And collaborate is the best power, which provides full resolution. If you cannot solve by by all of those things, we can go with arbitration, which means inviting a third party who will listen to both of us and will enforce or will provide the decisions which we are bound to follow. These were the techniques. There are levels of conflicts which are available in your PMI ACP book, which I have sent you from Microsoft. The level one is called as, I will just write L1, problem to solve. They have minor conflicts, so they want problem to solve it. The minor conflicts, if it is level one, people have different opinions, but they want to agree on some point to resolve the conflict. They don't want to make it higher level. They want to remove it. So if as a Scrum Master project manager, your level is this one, it's easier for you to resolve it now because it's at the earliest stage. Difference of opinion, I can sit with you guys together. I can use collaborate, or we can use any one of it. For sure, not force. For sure, not avoid. We have to take some actions and then solve the problem. This is called as level 1 of conflict. We call it problem to solve. Level 2 is called as disagreement. Now the things have moved on from the level of conflict to level of disagreement, which means now it becomes like, I don't like you, I will not follow whatever you are saying. Do whatever you want, I will never follow your instructions. So if you have two functional managers or multiple functional managers, so for example, he have 3 people, he have 2 people, so there will be a group. I don't care whatever you will say. You guys are wrong, we are right, we are good. So this is what disagreement. You don't want to pursue the things. We will have more groupings. So now the size of the level or the size of the conflict is increasing, because here you could work with 1 or 2 people. Here you have to work with multiple groups. So you have to choose the technique appropriately. Then level 3 is called as contest. What is contest? You guys or both parties will start working against each other. Instead of working towards deliverable, they will start working against each other. They will start working to fail each other. So the contest will start. I am right, I will win. I will make everything to make it happen. Hari, you did the quantitative risk analysis. We use some word called cognitive and motivational bias.
Yes.
And once we have these biases, what we do? Yes, Hari, what we do? Which technique we use to get them agree on one point? Delphi technique, right?
Delphi, yes, yes.
Or in Agile, we call it wide band Delphi. So you can resolve the conflict by removing the biasness. There is a fight. You will take them to the neutral zone. If you will not solve it, now the crusade will happen. We call it crusade, a perfect war. Here the things will not be solved. Here, nothing will happen. The only thing is throw these people out now from the team, because the war has started. So we call it crusade level. So in this type, all these techniques or arbitrations are not going to help. They have already started wasting your time here. But there is a chance you can handle something. But if they goes to the level 4, which is crusade, replace them. Because now people priorities are changed to a different zone now. And level 5 is world war. World war means they were maybe 2 groups, but now you cannot do anything. No techniques, no resolutions. Even the benefits of throwing few people will not be enough. Maybe you have to replace the resources. In crusade, maybe you can threat them by punishing. Here you can threat them by punishing. But world war will only finish when someone will win. And if you want to win, then you have to use project management power, which is what? Force, right? You will use force power, you will throw them out, you will replace those resources. So these are levels of conflict, and they are available in Agile book also, and in the Agile guide also. You can study by yourself, or once you open your book, inshallah, you will be able to have a look. So the today's topic of Agile was Agile Manifesto. And luckily, because of Mr. Suhail, you guys have the privilege to have re-explanation of Agile framework. And the third topic is what? Conflict management. What are the techniques and what are the levels? So can you guys break your silence?
Thank you.
Or I have to go along with your silence?
No, I think all has been clear. I'm thinking about the types of questions that we can get.
I'm coming to questions now.
It would be
If you guys are dedicated and honest, I will say that if you could make it, inshallah, I'm trying to prepare something that because today I heard from Mr. Nisar who passed it. He said, Imran, there were many drag and drop questions. So I will waste my time from my studies because I'm already studying 2 certifications at a time. But I will try to manage and I will make the 10-20 questions for the next Saturday class, the same time, 9:30 to 10:30. Then we will solve only drag and drop questions. And I will try to make it in the similar way of PMI, like you will drag and drop. So I will prepare those questions for that purpose. Regarding the agile questions, I have already shared Udemy course to all of you guys. Test 1 and test 2 are based on predictive, and test 3 is purely based on agile. And if you will keep following it, I will keep giving you the questions because I think I have already forwarded you read the book 10, and also I have forwarded you the study guide from what we call it from the Kim Heldman. So you already have those questions also, and they are more than enough to pass it. So let's solve some questions. Let me end this show also, so I can have window here. I didn't get the time to transfer these questions to the PowerPoint slides. So let's go with it. The question is big. And if the question is big, I have taught you how to eliminate the information or skip the information. So screen is clear to all of you guys. You can look at the questions, right?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. You have been hired as a contracting product manager. I don't care. Grapevine wants you to design an internet club, wine club. Customer must register before. You know that the module to verify registration must be written and tested using existing database. This new model cannot be tested until data from existing system is loaded. This was the background information. This was the background information. Our question always start from the last part. So you are going to hire a vendor to perform the programming and testing tasks for this module to help speed up the project schedule. You decided to use an IFB and included a detailed SOW. Now, those people who are always confused, they will start thinking, we didn't study IFB, I don't know what is IFB. And if I don't know IFB, it means I cannot answer the questions. And I told you, if there are this type of information, you don't need to learn those things. You decide to use an IFB and include a detailed scope of work. Detailed scope of work is what? Procurement statement of work or statement of work? I gave you 2 things, SOW. What are 2 SOWs? One SOW is provided by the buyer, which is brief. We call it a statement of work. We have another also SOW, we call it procurement statement of work, which is very detailed. So very detailed means it's a procurement statement of work. This is an example of which of the following. Instead of using the mic, please answer on the chat window so we can have some healthy discussions also. So you can type your answers. I have already gave you the hint. So the first answer is source selection criteria. Is it source selection criteria? This explanation is source selection criteria? Yes or no? No. Great. This is seller proposal? Exactly
No.
no. This is advertisement?
No.
Exactly no. So this is our answer already. Procurement documentations. And that's why I always say that, guys, like the cartoon character, when you are reading the question, there should be a balloon in your head with some close answer, that I should be finding these answers easily. This should be your condition when you're finding the answer. So yes, all of you are correct who have answered on the chat window. That answer is the procurement documentation, which is detailed. So we should not be worried about the size of the question. We should focus on our last part of the question, what they need. I'm not saying ignore this. I'm not saying ignore this. Go through, but your emphasis should be on the last part of the questions. Okay, question number 2. Receivers in the communication model filter their information through all of the following. If I am the, or look, I am the sender, I am sending you information. You are the receiver. If you guys remember, we had 5 components: sender, receiver. Sender will encode and receiver will decode. And if you guys have any barriers in the communication, what we do? We collect the feedback. So receiver in the communication model filter their information through all of the following: culture, knowledge of subjects, habits, language, attitudes. All means there will be more than one answers. Rizwan, your 3 answers are correct, but it has to be one more. Hari, your 1 answer is wrong, others are right. Just to give you the hint that there will be 4 right answers. Out of those 5, there will be 4 right answer and 1 is wrong answer. Which one is wrong? You can easily spot it. It's in front of you directly. You can spot it. If you are the receiver, you will filter the information according to culture, according to knowledge, according to habit, according to language, or according to attitude. Out of those 5, I can see from here directly that there is an answer which is wrong.
C is wrong. Habits.
All of you who are answering, you should not answer 1. You have to answer 4 out of 5. So if you don't want to answer 4, you can say what is wrong. That will be 1.
Hi, Imran. I'm Despina. Can I ask you something?
Yes.
Here, for example, when you have choose all that apply, that means that for sure 1 is wrong.
1 or maybe more than 1 is wrong.
That means when they say choose all that apply, that means that we have only 1 wrong answer.
No, in some situations there could be more than 1 answer is wrong. So out of 5 you need to select 2, or out of 5 you need to select 3. So you have to find out the wrong answer. Here habit is the wrong answer.
Maybe it could be 2 or 3, maybe the
Yeah,
wrong
2 or
answer.
3, yeah.
Okay,
You can say.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Habit is actually the wrong answer, because when you guys are listening to me from your habit.
No.
No, you are not listening from your habit. You are listening based on your culture. You are listening to me because you have knowledge, which means you are encoding. You are listening to me with your language ability and based on your attitude, active listening or passive listening, not on your habits. We don't do the things based on our habits. Correct or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go further. You have accumulated project information throughout the project and regularly posted to the site. Okay, something. You just received some information that you need to ensure the stakeholder receive as soon as possible. Which of the following are true regarding this question? Keeping a stakeholder informed with up-to-date project information will keep them engaged. Engaged and inform a stakeholder increase the chances of a successful project. You will use distribution tools to ensure project information and artifacts are accessible by all stakeholders. Good communication is still skills foster an open and trusting environment. E, A, B, C, D are correct. F, A, B, and D are correct. So what will you do in this situation? Rizwan, your answer is correct. Ms. Gunjan, yes. Ms. Gada, yes. Very nice. Great. Ganesh, yes. Ms. Despoina, yes. I'm happy that your answers are correct. I'm sure you guys didn't do the cheating also, right?
No cheating, sir.
Okay. So, when we have so many correct answers, I feel there is something. I know, but it's something like you have to look around. Wait. Can I ask you a question from quality? If you feel that all the points are at one side of the mean, what we call this thing? Multiple similar points are at one side of the mean. What we call it? In quality, we discuss this. Multiple consecutive points at one side of the mean. What we call it?
There's 7.
Rule of 7. And it's applied in control chart. It means when you start getting all the answers correct, it means there is a problem in the system. So you can apply those things in your normal life also. Look, you know that the next status meeting will require some discussions. I don't care whatever you say. You need to ensure that the impediments like challenges, you need to ensure that the impediments on the project is resolved at this meeting. To make the most accurate decisions, you know what the number of participants in the meeting should be limited to. How many? 1 to 5, 5 to 11, 7 to 16, or 10 to 18. How many?
Can you show them, please, the answers because I
Yeah.
can see?
1 to
Thank
5, 5 to 11, 7 to 16, or 10 to 18. And if you know the size of the team, you can easily answer it. Yes, Ganesh, only your answer is correct. And you guys choose an answer in rush, so your answers are wrong. Ms. Despoina, your second answer is correct. Rizwan, yes, you are correct also. Because the size of the Scrum team is what? 6 to 12 members. So A was 1 to 5. It doesn't come in our range. 5 to 11, yes. There's nothing called 16. There's nothing called 18. So 5 to 11 is the best for a Scrum Master to handle easily. So yes, B is the answer.
What was the correct answer for question number 3? It was E.
Question number 3, what it was? This, it was all were correct.
All not the E. Okay.
A, B, C, D. You are holding end of phase meeting with your team members and key stakeholders to learn what has hindered and helped the project team performance of the work. Which options are true regarding this questions? Was the problem here in the question that there is a problem or hindrance and you want to clean it out? Which of the following are true regarding this questions? Did you understand the question that we have to find out those problems and resolve them? So you are doing actually the conflict management. These meetings are called lesson learned meetings. Lesson learned documentation is the part of OPA, output of managed communication process. These meetings are also good team building activity. Okay. The information learned from these meetings concerns processes and activities that have already occurred. So it will be most useful to document the lesson learned. These meetings should be documented and could include the effectiveness of processes, product development, technical processes, and the effectiveness of Agile. These meetings are similar to review meetings that occur at the end of iteration on an Agile project. Was it a review meeting? No, end of phase meeting.
Yeah.
So end of phase meeting, it is not Agile, right? End of phase meetings, it's not an Agile. So D cannot be the answer. And they need how many answers?
3. ABC.
3. So ABC are correct. So you don't need to worry that there will be many answers you have to select. Easily you can reach to the right answer. Just a little focus. Look, one word will always give you a hint. Question number 6. You are the project manager. You are working with retailers. The company is interested in knowing customer characteristics, orders. As a potential bidder for this project, you worked on the RFP response and submitted the proposals. When the selection committee received RFP from all vendors, they used a weighted system in combination with the seller rating system to make a selection. They are doing what? Source selection criteria and selecting the seller. It means they are in the conduct procurement process.
Yes.
So what they are doing, let's say the procurement officer for both seller and buyer determine how extensive the complexity of the contract negotiations might be. Okay. Weighted systems are proposal evaluation techniques in conduct procurement. Procurement officers typically handle the contract negotiations, but project managers should participate in the negotiations. Procurement negotiations require sound skills. Both parties will discuss price, roles, responsibilities, and overall approach to the project. Seller rating system may be used as a sole evaluation technique when evaluating and selecting vendor. Procurement negotiations can be performed as a standalone process with its own input and output. Even after reading, I did not understand what was the question. Question was actually about source selection criteria. This was our understanding, correct?
Yeah.
So now we have to answer 3 questions. These are the 2 options. Out of those 2, any one is correct or both are correct?
A is correct.
You think A is correct? The procurement officers for both sellers and buyers determine seller or buyer, both will determine the contract complexity or one? A is wrong. There should be one person.
Buyer.
Buyer will select, right?
Mm-hmm.
That what when I'm buying something from you, I will give you my terms and conditions, not
Yes.
your terms and conditions.
Is wrong.
So A is wrong. Weighted systems are proposal evaluation technique in conduct procurement. This is the correct answer. Good. I have no problem with it. Let's go with C, D, and E. So if you look at it, procurement officers typically handle the contract. Yes. And we already discussed that project manager should participate in the negotiations. If you guys remember, I told you we conduct bidders conference where we invite all the people, but project manager will go along with individual sellers and they do the negotiations. Remember that point? No one is saying yes, you forgot, I think.
Yes.
Okay. So C is also correct. In this situation, C is also correct because we are doing the negotiations and project manager should be there also. B, seller rating system may be used as sole evaluation. Sole evaluation. Sole is used only for one supplier. But we have multiple suppliers here, right? You will make every seller with one technique. When you are selecting one seller, sorry, sellers from multiple sellers, one seller, you will use one technique for all. Yes or no?
No.
Everyone will have different technical and different commercial, right? Different quality
Yes.
perspectives. So I
Yeah.
cannot apply the same approach to all.
Right.
So C, D cannot be the answer then. Because of just this one word. This answer is wrong. Now, procurement negotiations can be performed as a standalone process. Yes, negotiations should be done, which is what conduct procurement. So E is also correct. So D and A were wrong. So B, C, and E are correct.
Correct.
So if you have lengthy answer questions, do not worry. Just focus, and then things will be fine.
Imran, here in this question, this part B, answer D. Seller rating system may be used as a sole evaluation technique. Seller's rating system means uh, we have to evaluate the sellers. No? So for that, we have one technique to evaluate all sellers. This is what
No.
I understand.
Look, selection committee received the RFP from all the vendors. So it means there is more than one vendor, right?
Okay.
And they use a weighted system in combination with seller rating
Okay.
to make a selection. So what is happening in D? Sole evaluation. Sole evaluation, which means I will treat every one of you, which means one person who's providing A quality, I will always give him the money for C quality.
Sorry, again.
If someone is bidding on the project with
Hmm.
C quality and someone is bidding the project with A grade quality, so I should deal with them in the same way.
No.
So it cannot be sold.
Okay.
Question number 7. You have been asked to submit a proposal for a project that has been put out for bid. First, you attend a bidders conference to ask questions of the buyer and to hear the questions from other bidders. Which of the following statements are true? You are the seller, and now you are going in the bidders conference to learn what questions they will ask and what other bidder will ask. So which of the following are true? Mohsen says, yes, Mr. Mohsen, your answer is correct. Hari, no, one option is wrong. That cannot be the answer. Because there is nothing called procurement conference. It could be the contractor conference, it could be the vendor conference, it could be the pre-conference, but there is nothing called as procurement conference. Procurement conference is totally a different subject. So yes, F is the answer for this question. Great, you guys have been doing great. I'm happy. Question number 8. You have been asked to submit a proposal for a project that has been put out for bid. Prior to submitting the proposal, your company must register so that its firm is on the qualified seller list. To become the qualified seller, what statements are true? The qualified seller list is a list of prospective sellers who have been pre-approved or pre-qualified to provide goods or services to the organization. You think this is the right answer? This is 100% correct answer. There is no ambiguity here. If you look at B, the qualified seller list provides information about the project and the company that wrote the RFP. You think it's the right answer? No. Qualified list provides information about the project, not about the project, about the sellers.
Seller.
The qualified seller list provides information about the project. So, halas, C is also wrong then.
Hmm.
D, the qualified. So, the how many we have to select? 2. B and C
Two.
are wrong, so A and D will be right. So, you save some time by removing the to answer. But let's read it. What is D? The qualified seller list is useful on an agile project because the team has vendors that are pre-approved and work orders can be issued quickly. Great. You guys remember the probabilities? Let's do it in the next because we are running out of time. Now I have to go with the exam point. So we have good amount of people here. And let me share some points for all of you. In the message which I have sent, that if you guys want to pass the exam, we can set the strategies. So the purpose of this discussion of the last 10-15 minutes is about strategy to pass the exam. So creating a strategy means everyone have one question: where to start? And as a very professional, successful, and good student, everyone tends to start with chapter 1. Correct?
Yes.
Wrong. You guys have attended many sessions of mine. You guys have attended many sessions of question and answers. I always describe to the people there is a difference between academic exams and technical certification exams. And this is not even technical. Academic exams, you will read the book and you are presuming that they will ask you the definitions. Technical certification exam, it's like your holy book. Like we have Bible, we have Quran. What it says, it provides us the list of goods and bads. The principles, not the list, the principles. And being the best creature of God, we have to select what is wrong and what is right. Because in our holy books, it's not written specifically in terms of task, that how you should drink, how you should eat. It's not like this, that it's a good habit or bad habit. So technical certifications, majority of the people do what? They go with the preparation. I will read the book. I will memorize each and every word of the book. When the exam comes, when the question 1 appear, situation, your brain have a blow. I did not study this. From where this question came? Okay, let's say maybe the next question is good. Question 2, another complex situation. Now it's blowing up. Your anxiety level is increasing because you were not prepared of the situations. And I kept telling you that questions 95%, let's say, exam is about situations. Currently and also before it was only 5% questions from ITTOs, input output tools and techniques, and formulas and network diagrams. All based on scenario. You have the knowledge. That's it. You don't need to like memorize it. It's not academic exam. So what you have to do, just go through it and solve questions. When you will solve questions, you will learn where is the gap instead of reading the book. The person who has passed now today, which I have sent it today in the thing, he passed RMP with me first, and now he passed PMP also in 2 weeks. You think he has read so many books? I'm not saying you should not read a book. He already did RMP, he already read the standards, and he already used the same technique of scamming. Just keep going through. I already gave you the slides. So most obedient students, sorry, I'm not taunting. I am just telling you guys that how the negative things happen in the life. People say make the notes. In majority of my trainings, I always say I hate this trick. Make the notes means you have the book. From the book, you reduce and you make notes, and then you will study it, which means it's all text. You will never understand. Since I started teaching in 2017 in certification, I said make the boxes, shapes, circles, triangles, anything, star. Instead of writing the notes, write words. Write words only. One word, multiply by one word. That's it. When you will review these things, you don't go line by line. You go point by point. Because we are not here to answer the 10 marks question that you will write 10 lines, you will get 10 marks. You will write nine lines, you will get 9 marks. No, you will be marked based on your understanding. So you know, let's suppose this technique is what it does. Write the name of the technique, make a box, and 2 or 3 words. That's it. Like create a mind map for your task, how the things will happen. So when you're reading chapter 1, mind map. So I can push you up to that limit, your one chapter, whatever the size of the chapter. Some chapters are smaller, some chapters are big. Your one chapter must not exceed 1 page. The whole information on chapter should be on 1 page. Make boxes, make dots, make something, use colorful markers to highlight something. That's it. One chapter, 1 page. No definitions, no details. Look, you guys know English. You guys have capabilities to define something, and it's not a definition exam. So if you will get the points, like when someone make the speech, he does not write the speech. He writes the points of the speech, the words, not the sentences, just word. Look at the word, your brain will start analyzing what is it about. Look at the word, your brain will start analyzing what is the word. One chapter, 1 page. You will have 10 chapters in 10 days. That's it. 5 chapters of Agile. That's it. You are attending my weekly sessions. That's more than enough. 3 tests on Udemy. 25 days, I always explain. 25 days with the relaxed environment. You have work, you have family. In 25 days, you can pass your exam easily. If you want to be really quick, 2 weeks is the ideal time. After finishing the training, 2 weeks is the ideal time because information is fresh in your brain, and my trainings are that much detailed that even if you will not open the book and answer the questions, your brain will start assimilating. The things you are missing, go back in the book, read about it, make some point on it in the paper. That's it. Run the iterations 1 or 2 times. You are ready for exam. Book the exam within 1 week, and there are no dates available. I think nowadays till July. So book the exam online. PMP is online. You don't need to do that. Book the exam. I can guarantee you can pass it. This was a plan I have discussed with you. Purpose of calling you here is what? Not only this plan. Purpose of you calling here is commit yourself today with me. I make a group for you guys. Tomorrow is day 1. Day 25 you will be certified. If you have the courage, join the group, go with me daily in the night. I will not explain you anything. You will tell me what you did. Keep sending the bounce. This group will be quite disturbing for you guys if you don't like it. So that's why I'm saying if you are ready to accept the challenge, tomorrow is day 1 and 25th day you should be certified. Book the exam after 25 days today online. Come with me for 25 days. I will make you pass. This is the best I can do for you. Normally, these things are done based on one-to-one trainings where people charge $2,000. I'm not asking you the money even. I am asking you to just do it. Contact me daily. If you think there is something more than that, contact me via phone. I will discuss. If 4 or 5 people have something, I will do a Zoom session every night. If you are ready for it, like in racing, we have something called a sprint. Like we have running, then cycling, then swimming, and so on. So 25 days. Commit to yourself. I am with you. As many of you people are here, you can be passed on my guarantee. I will give you the guarantee. What you are missing. Choose the criteria. You will read by yourself whole day, and 9:30 to 10 o'clock, you will give me the report, what you did. Like a proper Scrum Master. What Scrum Master do on daily basis? He has 3 questions. What you did yesterday, what you will do today, and what are your impediments. So I will become a Scrum Master for you. Every day I will ask you what you did today, what you did, what you will do tomorrow. I will change my questions. What you did today, what you will do tomorrow, and what are your impediments. Impediments means confusions. 3 questions I will ask every one of you in the group. Or instead of group, I will make a broadcast list so you guys don't get disturbed. So when you will reply to me, it will come as an individual. So I can create a broadcast group for that purpose. So it will not be the group, it will be the list. So when you will reply, it will not come in the group. It will stay outside and you can contact me directly. As many of you are ready, send me the message by class and commit. I can ask you to commit here also, but your brain will not work as of now. Think, start. Tomorrow is day 1 and 25th day will be passed. Choice is yours. And I have no personal interest with me. My only interest is as many people I have taught, they should produce some results. The people who follows me, they are passed. 99% of people out of those 150 people who have passed, they pass between the time frame of 15 to 25 days. This is the ideal time to pass PMP after the training. 99 people, 99% people. Only 1% people were those that they started, they forgot, they attended the training again, or maybe they didn't attend the training, they read, and then they pass after 6 months, after 1 year, or after 2 years, whatever it is. 99% passing rate is in between 15 to 25. This is what you value in your life. If you know what is the value of your PMP in your life, commit yourself with me for 25 days. I am with you. You will learn, I'm not saying for myself as a crowd, you will never find any trainer like this that will commit with you guys that come with me. Forget the money, pass yourself. Your success is my success. This is the simple answer. So commit yourself, send me a message. I will send you a broadcast list or the group, whatever you want to choose, and do it. From my side, it's enough. I am open for questions for 10 minutes, exactly 10 minutes, and after that, I'll be finished. Whatever you want to ask, I'm here. And this video will be uploaded also in the groups on the Facebook page.
Hi, Mr. Amran. I just have one question. Thank you for that. I think, yes, you're right. To commit within 25 days is great. Especially now, I feel like people have more time during the night time in Ramadan to study. My question was, so I'm clear on Agile part and the practice exams and everything. How do we review the old material that is still applicable on the new exam? Is the standard part of the book enough? Just to
It's
review
enough. Standard contains everything inside.
They're just terminologies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the free course which I have published on the broadcast, I think, if you really just watch it, it's like 5 minutes video, 10 minutes video.
YouTube.
Yeah, the YouTube videos for the whole chart which I have sent it. 10 minutes video. Watch the video, open the chapter, skim.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
30 minutes, 30 minutes, your chapter is finished. That's it.
Okay.
Which video you are referring?
The free course which I publish on the everywhere, Facebook, LinkedIn, WhatsApp. I have compiled all the videos in one page. I will send it again. Don't worry. I will send it again.
Okay. Thank you.
Watch the 10 minutes video. I can promise from my words. 20 minutes. Turn the page. Things finished. After 20 minutes, if you want, make one page notes like points. That's it. Finished. Then agile part. Same. Finished. You are ready for exam. Solve the questions from agile. I have already sent you Rita 10 and already sent you the 2 tests of the study guide. And the good news is, since I don't know how many weeks we are doing on Saturdays, I think we have finished majority of the chapters for the study guide, which I said you before, which is already aligned with agile. There are 12 chapters, and out of 12, I think how many classes we have done for Saturdays? 6 or 8 maybe. So I think 2 or 3 chapters are remaining from this book. Plus, you already have the test book from the Kim Heldman. There are 2 or 3 tests there. Solve it directly. You are ready. 25 days. I'm saying on 20th day you should have exam. That's it. Any comments? Any feedback? Still, you will remain quiet. Yes, Harry, I saw your message. I will talk to you after the class. So people started going in. Miss Yasmin.
That's it on my part. I'll clear. Thank you.
Who is ready for this challenge? How many of you?
I am.
Okay, you.
I'm ready. Yes.
You know, in our, I'm not like promoting my religion or something. When we used to go mosque and they are doing some educational sessions, so they say who will go for 1 week tour for the this and that. And if someone does not raise the hand, they said, at least raise the hand. May Allah guide you that you will go. But at least raise the hand. So I will use the same. At least if you don't want to do raise the hand, maybe there will be a fire inside you and this will let you pass game. Great. And if your hands are raised, only 3 people are raised the hands. It means out of 12, only 4 people are interested as of now for 25 days plan.
Sir, I'm in, but I don't know how to raise the hand here.
How I just gave you the plan.
Yeah.
Watch the video, read the chapter, 30 minutes. That's it. Solve the questions from reader. You want to know the plan? Okay. Again, let me repeat it. I've repeated many times. Let me repeat it. Day 1, watch video 1, which contains chapter 1 and chapter 2. Day 1, I think, contains chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. So after the 15 minutes video, I think, go through chapters. It will take maximum 20 to 30 minutes based on your speed to skim the chapter, and then open read the 10 and solve the question of chapter 2, chapter 3, and chapter 4. Day 2, watch video 2, which is what is scope, and then read chapter, solve from read the 10. Day 3, watch video 3, schedule chapter, and read the 10 questions. There are, I think, every chapter have 25 to 35 questions. So solving 25 to 35 questions maximum will take 1 hour. And after question, there are explanations. 4, 5. So I think there are only 10 days videos. 10 days, whole PMP finished. 10 days, whole PMP finished. 11 day, Agile. And then solve the questions from Agile test. There are 70 pages in Agile Guide. I would recommend you read all. It's very like not condensed information. There are many pictures also. So in 70 pages, if you will go through, make some notes of the thing, especially the notes about servant leadership or leadership styles, conflicts, Tuckman ladder. This I supposed to do on the daily basis in the group, but now because you are asking, you don't know the way, so I'm showing the way, Tuckman ladder and so on. So it will take 2 to 3 days, 13 days. Then there are 3 tests from Kim Heldman. Solve it. If you will solve one test is same 4 hours, 4 hours, 4 hours. So 16, 13 plus 3, 16. And then you will have 6 days, 7 days to revise. 25th day, you are passed.
The last few days can be the Udemy's that you sent me.
Yeah, I already shared the link. Tests are already there. 3 tests are there on Udemy, and 3 tests are in the book which I have sent at the Kim Heldman room.
Okay.
So it has also, I think, 2 or 3 tests. So even after solving that, you will have 1 week to review yourself, and the condition remains same. We have still 1% left. I don't know who left. Anyway, so let me do one more thing. From exam point perspective, because I don't know you will come or not. So what I was saying, exam perspective, yeah. One day before exam, last day, like if tomorrow exam, today, no activity or no hard work. Relax. No study, no reading. Remember, there is no benefit of reading at last moment. If you will read at last moment, it will make everything as a blend. Nothing will work out. One day before, stop. Forget whatever happened, happened. It's okay. Exam. You guys are lucky you have 2 breaks, which means you will solve 60 questions, then you will have 10 minutes break. You will solve 60 questions, then you will have 10 minutes break. Then you will solve next 60 questions. You must take a break of 10 minutes. Must take means yes, must take. Solve 60 questions. Nice and easy way. Go for 10 minutes break. Once you will go out, your blood will move. Drink some water. Control your anxiety. Because in this 10 minutes, you can move from your place. They will not stop you. Once you will do 60 questions again, then you will have 10 minutes break. So you have to solve only 180. Out of 180, 175 questions are marked. 5 are unmarked. Before 25 were unmarked. Now only 5 are randomly unmarked. So 175 questions you can solve. If you guys remember, there was a lady, Miss Safa. She solved. She passed the exam. She said, Imran, my first part was very worst. Worst means very difficult. Next parts were easy. So always remember, if the complexity is going high, passing percentage will come down. If exam complexity is low, passing percentage will be high. If many people are passing percentage will increase. So do not get worried about, oh, I have a very bad question and this. It's not your problem. Just solve it. Always remember the last part of the question is actually the question. One word in these 2 lines will help you to answer the questions. That's it, not more than that. I have done almost 14 certifications as of now, and I still are doing some more. The one thing I have learned, which happens a lot because I'm doing many things in my life. So what happens? Here is the exam. I am sitting, I'm looking at the laptop, reading the question. The things which I never imagined, never thought of, I'm solving the question. Now I'm thinking, what I did in 1998. I'm reading the question. My brain is where? In 1998. So what I used to do, sit back and throw all the things from your brain. Delete. Whatever you did, delete. Close your eyes for 1 minute. Throw everything. Like being our being ourselves as Muslims, so we read some like some verses and so on, so to clear our brains. Step back, clear your mind. No problem. It will take 60 seconds maximum, and then say your verses, whatever you are saying, and stop. But if you will push yourself and you are thinking in 1998 or 2000 or 2005 while solving the questions, your answer will be wrong. Because what will happen? You will miss the last part. You will miss this part because your brain is somewhere else. If you are thinking, oh, after the exam, I will go, I will break my fast, or tomorrow I will go for shopping, or tomorrow I will talk to my boss about this thing, why he said like this. No, 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 no. You are in exam. If this thought comes, leave, sit back, move yourself a bit back, not full because in exam they will cancel it. If you are doing it in your home, relax, close your eyes, take a deep breath, clear everything out, start, read, and continue. So in one thing, you have to do 60, then 60, and then 60. That's how you can easily pass the exam. And look, I can tell you, you have to do it. You are the people who will fire. I am just the leader who will tell you. And I'm not telling you the things which is imaginary. I am telling you based on the experiences, my experiences as well as other people experiences were past. Doing is your job. I can give you as many things, as many tricks. The whole mentoring I can give to you, but you have to adapt. Finish from my side. That's it. No more discussions. If you have any questions, most welcome. If you don't have any questions, thank you very much. Decide